All right, hello, my friends. This is Robin Norgren. I'm with Josey's Art School and Bright Child Montessori. I am going through the lesson plan. This one is my September daily lesson plan for a Montessori classroom, a primary classroom. And so here is a page from the PDF that I sell online, which you can find all the links in the description. And if you were to buy the trade paperback copy, it's around this page in that as well. But I was getting a lot of requests for how to do each of the art lessons that is in this program. And so I thought I would go through each one of them individually, and then that way you can refer back to it, or you even can well, yeah, you can refer back to it whenever you need to, because I'm also going to show you the mishaps, because I am still a teacher in the classroom, and believe me, I understand that the mishaps come up. So we're going to do this one called the Name Collage, and it's shown as a morning and an afternoon activity, and you'll see why as I go through it. But anyway, so what you need is a 9-inch by 9-inch poster board, and you need a container of beans or macaroni, and then newspaper or tablecloth to cover the table, right? And so basically what you're doing is you're laying the newspaper out on the table, and then you're going to, each child is going to come to you and ask you as the teacher or the guide to print their name with the glue bottle. And so just make sure to leave space for the child's handprint underneath. Then the child places the beans or the macaroni one at a time on the glue and carefully carries it to the drying rack or the shelf. Okay, so I'm going to keep all mishaps in as I do this project, right? So here we are. Here is my poster board, and I have drawn it out so you can see it. So it is 9-inch by 9-inch. Okay, I was going to cut it out, but the problem is that I think you're not going to be able to see it on the screen. So just know I did have scissors available, but I am going to leave it as is. Now, here is the part where it's going to be funny, and I know that you will relate to this. So here I have two different glues, right? Which, you know, that instruction about how you're supposed to write the name of the child onto the paper. This is a brand new bottle of glue. This is a not so brand new bottle of glue. My desire was to do it in this color so that you could see it. And so what do you know? After tremendous amounts of squeezing, I cannot get the glue to come out of this bottle, nor this one. So here I thought to myself, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. But here's the thing. As an art teacher and as a Montessori teacher, I have had this happen numerous times, right, you guys? Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you, this is kind of nice going through this lesson plan right now, because I'm going to show you some alternatives for those days when it's just a tricky day and you just need to get this project done. So I'm using a paintbrush, okay, and I'm going to just dab on here. My name is Robin, so I'm just going to dab on here the name. And we're just going to call it good, right? Because you know what? Especially when you're having a tricky day, or it's a day when maybe everything's not cooperating as it should, the last thing that you're going to do is let the glue get you down, right? So here I am. My first name is Robin, so I'm going to put it in here. Now, mind you, it might dry a little faster than if you were to squeeze it on there. So we're going to come up with some alternatives for what to do about that. But I just want you to know that I understand the day in the life of a teacher. And that is why I created this lesson plan. Because, you know, when all the wheels are falling off the bus, the last thing that you're going to need to have is a malfunction with a glue bottle. But as you can see, there's my name right now, right there, right? Okay, so then you're taking your noodles, okay? I have these penne noodles. And a fun thing to do with these, and this could be for something in the future, is you actually can take these noodles, and if you want to add a little color to these noodles, you just put them into a plastic bag and squeeze some of this acrylic paint in the bag, and the kids would love to do this, and just shake it up, and then you'd have a little color to your noodles. Okay, so then the child is taking the noodles, and they are placing it, and, you know, as you can see, you're working with your pincer grip. You're also working with using your concentration. You're also going left to right, so reminding them of how we read as well. And I have chosen to do all uppercase letters. That is definitely based on your the way you are teaching your students how to get acquainted with the alphabet. You could have the uppercase and then the rest lowercase if you'd like. And so this would be the AM portion of this name collage, right? Okay. So very nice. So again, I'm using these types of noodles. You could use the beans, all different colors of beans. You could use lentils. You could really have fun with this. This is just showing you a basic way of doing it. And those of you that are, have lots of creative ideas, you can add more to it if you'd like. So as I said, this would be the AM portion of this. And then it's going to be set on your drying rack or shelf to dry. Then in the afternoon, you're going to add your handprint. So what you're using is a craft sponge, or you could just use just a regular kitchen sponge and just cut it up into squares. And then you're going to do the, so it says add the hand, or by adding the handprint, you're going to take the craft sponge in a flat container, such as a paper plate large enough for the child's hand, tempera in the squeeze bottle to add paint to this craft sponge, and then some newspaper. And then you're going to place the name collage on your newspaper, squeeze a thin layer of paint on the sponge, press the hand in the paint, and then press the hand above the name collage. And when dry, mount on the classroom wall. So here you go. As you can see, I have put it above. I've put the name above, and I'm going to put the handprint below. You can do it either way that you like, obviously. And so, of course, let's see how we're going to do this. Here's my hand, right? Will my hand fit on there? Well, actually, it might be able to, right? So I, of course, did not bring the sponge. You guys. Ugh, I hope you can bear with me. Okay, so this is what, and then I don't have tempera paint here handy. So I'm just going to be, for the sake of time, I'm just going to use this acrylic paint. Of course, you probably don't want to use acrylic paint on the hands of the children, just because, it's a little tricky to get off of clothing, let alone off of, and you don't want to have them walking around with this paint, trying to get over to clean their hands. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to squeeze the paint. Let's just envision that this is a sponge, right? And then I'm going to place it all over my hand. All right, how fun is that actually? Ooh, it's actually nice and soothing. All right, so there you go. And then you're going to place it. Of course, pressing their hand down. And of course, their handprint's probably going to go up and down because their hand is about half the size of my hand. So then you want them to lift it straight up. And there you have it. So it sits within the 9 by 9 inch. And then, of course, this would already be cut. But I'm going to cut this. And then this would be displayed somewhere in your room with all of their names, and it's a beautiful little wall display where they can all go and check out how everybody, created theirs. Now, here's also a fun idea. You could have a combination of the noodles and the beans, and they can do a combination. So again, it's just based on the size of your classroom, what your resources are, but then each child could notice, who chose what, and have those conversations coming out of this beautiful wall where they are getting to know each other. So thank you so much for stopping by. This again is what we call the name collage, and it's in the September daily lesson plan, week 1. So check in with me. I will be doing these videos at least once a week, and I'm going to put them all in a playlist on my my YouTube channel, and that way you can find them easily. So thank you so much for stopping by. Any questions, go ahead and leave them down in the comments.